Hey guys, so I'm back to do part 2 of my Q&A video. Wedding and relationship questions were the most asked from you guys, so I'm going to do my best to answer these questions, and hopefully this video is not too long or my battery doesn't die. Okay, so the first few questions are about Ghana. What are the must-see or go-to places in Ghana, like sightseeing, shopping, going out, restaurants, entertainment, music, etc.? Okay, so every year the go-to places or the happening spots in Ghana changes, because I swear there's a new spot open every year that's, you know, the new thing. So my recent trip, the Bedouin Lounge was the happening spot. That's in East Legon, and it's actually part of a sports complex, but they've got a separate area which is a lounge, also a club. There's a pool area, so that was the place that was popping on, I think, Sunday nights, or even every night of the week, because you know in Ghana every night is an excuse to go out and do something fun. But I mean, you still have clubs like Hollywood, you have Bella Roma, you have Rhapsodies, but yeah, there's never a shortage of clubs to go to in Ghana. In regards to restaurants, I kind of just stick to the places that I know and I like. You've definitely got expensive restaurants. These are the ones that are usually located in you know, hotels, so like African Region Hotel, Move and Pick, Holiday Inn, those types of places. What's the other one? What's this one called? But yeah, you can eat at restaurants at the mall. Rhapsodies has a place where you can eat. I like to go to Barcelos because I like their chicken. Honeysuckle in Osu is another favorite of mine. They've got the best grilled chicken and jollof rice. Then you've got places like Starbites, which is in East Legon near A&C Mall, and that's kind of like a roadside restaurant, but you know, they serve really good food there. So it just really depends on how much money you want to spend on food. For shopping, I don't really shop in Ghana like that. I usually just go to Makola, grab my fabrics, and my seamstress makes my stuff because it's more cost effective. If you're shopping at the mall, you know, for clothing and stuff, I feel like you're getting ripped off with the price, because stuff in the mall is super overpriced because it's at the mall. For example, I saw a pair of Aldo shoes once in the mall. I walked into one of the stores and it was like 300-400 cedis, when, you know, Aldo is not a high-end store here. It's just like middle of the range. So yeah, stuff is overpriced in the mall. But recently I was having this conversation with my fiance, and he said a lot of people buy their stuff through Instagram boutiques. So what happens is the people who have these boutiques, you know, travel outside a lot, so to the States, to the UK. They go buy the stuff from your trendier stores, bring it back to Ghana, and then they have their boutiques where they sell, you know, these items. So you can find sometimes Zara, Topshop, the stuff that you can go into a store to get, you're most likely to get them at a boutique in Ghana. But once again, you got to keep in mind the price, because those types of items will cost you a little bit more. In terms of sightseeing, I don't do a lot of sightseeing in Ghana. I still need to go to Elmina Castle, which I believe I will do this year when I relocate, finally, because a few of my girls are coming to Ghana as well for the wedding. So yeah, we'll definitely do a trip to Cape Coast. But otherwise, you know, Bojo Beach is a nice place to go if you're more interested in swimming and enjoying the beach for what a beach is, as opposed to Labadi. Then there's, you know, Eburi. There's also that place where you can walk across this bridge. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but that's another, you know, tourist location. Oh, obviously there's Ada. You can go to Ada. That's definitely a place people like to go to. Akosombo is another place that, you know, a lot of tourists like to go to. So yeah, I mean, if you're planning a trip to Ghana, definitely jump online and see what is available for tourists to do. What are some of the business opportunities you've seen in Ghana that can be taken on by us in the diaspora would like to do business in Africa? Well, I feel like in Ghana, pretty much any business is viable if you have the money to start it and to maintain it, and also if you market really well. But definitely the areas of beauty and fashion is very popular in Ghana, and these are the types of areas I'm interested in, so I've actually, you know, looked a little bit into them. But I know there are people who are doing energy stuff in Ghana, tourism stuff in Ghana, you know, starting up businesses that cater in those areas. But yeah, whatever your idea is, if you've thought it through well, you've got your business plan, you've got some capital, yeah, anything is possible in Ghana. I'm going to Ghana in a few months. I'm staying in Accra. Where should I shop? I need a good seamstress as well. Any suggestions? I think I've kind of answered that question in regards to where to shop. A good seamstress, my seamstress is bomb, so if you ask that question, just inbox me and I'll give you her details. Okay, so next on to the much anticipated wedding details. So the number one question is, when is the wedding? When are you getting married? What date is the wedding? Okay, so the wedding is going to be in January next year. That's all I'm going to reveal right now. And it will be in Ghana, so I'm currently planning a wedding from here, which is going to be in Ghana. And all my family is traveling over there, so it's going to be a beautiful event. Now, on my last trip, I met up with an event planner, so I got to sit down and discuss with her, you know, some of my ideas for the wedding, like the color scheme, what type of decorations that I want. And these planners can basically plan the entire wedding, but obviously you want to stay within your budget, so that may not be cost effective. But in regards to them doing the decorations for the reception and the ceremony, I'm definitely happy with using them. When I met the lady, she was really nice. She really listened to what I had to say, gave some good suggestions as well, because I don't live in Ghana, so there are some things that I really don't know where to kind of begin. Now, I want the feel of the wedding to be romantic and soft, hence my color scheme is the gold, ivory and peach. And even with the peach, it's not the orangey peach, it's more of like the blush kind of coral-ish. It's a really soft peach color. So I'm looking at mood lighting, crystal centerpieces as opposed to flowers. I'm not really a fresh flowers type of girl, so crystal type centerpieces, candles, to create a really nice ambiance. We have a location, but we're kind of looking at some possible other options because we want this to be as cost effective as possible. Yes, it's a special day, but we are not going to spend all our money on this day. We're still organizing who's doing our catering. Once we get the catering and like the reception stuff and the venue sorted, everything else I think will not be that big a deal. Cars, the cake. We've got our seamstress organized who's going to sew our traditional outfits for the engagement. And with the traditional outfit, it will be kente. I've got a few ideas of what I want. Probably something kind of strapless, nice and fitted. I don't want too much of the kente print in the outfit, so I'm thinking something with bits of kente in it with like a white color to kind of break it up. I have no idea what shoes I'm going to wear, but I know I need something with a platform so I don't kill my feet by the end of the day. Makeup I've got sorted. There's a girl who I found on Instagram who I actually met on my last trip to Ghana, and I'm leaning more towards rocking my natural hair for the wedding, or a natural textured hairstyle. I don't know if I'll go for a silkier hair texture. My bridesmaids, I'm still deciding the number. Okay, so wedding dresses, I will be going in store to some bridal stores here and trying on dresses to see what kind of silhouette suits my shape, and then I may order online from places like Kleinfield and David's Bridal. I've seen some really beautiful dresses on there, but in terms of silhouette, obviously I want something that's a mermaid type gown, trumpet. I like tulle, I like organza. I'm not really a fan of silk and lace. Lace I don't mind if it's integrated nicely. Now, in regards to the guest list, we looked at about 300 to begin with, but that was a lot for the calculations that we made in terms of catering for that number of people, so we have cut it down to 200. And I know 200 is a lot, however, I come from a very big family. My fiance comes from a big family in terms of the extended family, so the majority of those guests will be family. Because the wedding is in Ghana, a lot of my friends here will not be able to come, which is unfortunate, but I mean that's just the way it goes. But there are a few that are committed and are flying all the way from here to Ghana so they can be a part of my special day. And then my fiance, he obviously lives in Ghana, so he has a lot of people that he knows. However, knowing a lot of people and looking at a guest list of people who you want to invite to your special day is very different. So we're very conscious of that. For me personally, I want to look out in the audience or into the people on my wedding day and know that everyone who is there, you know, has been a part of our relationship journey up to the point of marriage. You know, you don't want to look out and say, who is that? I don't want that feeling on my wedding day. I want to know everyone that is there. So yeah, I think that's all right now in regards to the wedding. Another question that was asked was, am I moving to Ghana? And the answer is yes. So when I get married at the end of the year, I am relocating to Ghana. I'll be shipping my life over to Ghana. Why? Because that's where my husband will be, and I want to live in the same country as my husband. I know some of you are asking, why go to Ghana? Why not him move here? And the reason is because for me personally, I've always known that I would end up moving to Ghana at some point later on in my life. I went to Ghana back in 2007 with my family, and I actually told my parents back then in 2007, you know what, I'm going to move to Ghana one day, and they've always been very supportive of that idea. I've grown up in Australia for 25 plus years. My whole life has been here. But you know what, I still consider Ghana home. So every time I go to Ghana, I feel like I'm at home. You know, I fit in, everyone looks like me. I'm not the odd person out. I speak the language, like the culture is so me. And it just so happens, this is how God works. I met a man who lives in Ghana, so I get to move to Ghana maybe earlier than I had anticipated. I've lived in Australia all my life. I want a change of environment. There's a lot of business opportunities and business ventures that I want to, you know, explore while in Ghana. And who knows what can happen, but I'm really excited to, you know, begin this next chapter of my life. And this is not to say that I will never come back to Australia, because I'm a citizen of this country. So at any point in time, if we decide we want to come to Australia, that option is open to us. Okay, so that was a lot of wedding talk. And I can see right now that my battery, the light is blinking, so it's probably not going to last through the next lot of questions, because I've got quite a few on relationships and long distance and being a wife and all that kind of stuff. So I'm definitely going to have to make a part 3. I hope you're enjoying these videos as well. Thumbs up if you do. But yeah, stay tuned for part 3 where I will answer all your relationship questions. Catch you in my next video, guys. Bye. For the most part, I like to have a face that is, you know, well put together and, you know, create the illusion that you've got it all together. Sometimes you have to fake it till you make it.